Okay, guys, so this next hand then is a full exam set, and some of it you have already seen in the Pro, so some of it you already have the answers to, but if you have the opportunity to revisit it now with the knowledge you have gained in the 5 months since prior exam, it would be an advantage to revisit some of the assignment. So in the first part, based on accompanying material, explain which factors have had impact on Strøen AS financial development. Here, you need to go in and read the documents, management commentary, Strøen's revenue, Strøen's in good shape to find the results and the knowledge. This task lasts and gives 10%, which means that it's 10% of the total task. 1.2, 15%. Here you have to analyze these factors influence the development in index figures for the earning and asset use efficiency from 2016 to 18. Here you need to, of course, use the knowledge obtained in 1.1. Also, you need to open the Excel doc here, and then you need to go in and look at the index for asset use efficiency. And remember, this is the basic year. For example, revenue, how does that increase compared to fixed assets, compared to inventories, compared to trade receivable, and compared to trade receivables and subsidiaries. This is, of course, needed that you need to go through it systematically. So one by one by one by one by one by one. 1.3. Assess how the development in index figures have affected the profit margin ratio and the asset turnover ratio for 2016 to 18. Again, you need to open the Excel doc. You need to go under profitability. Here you have the ratios, and here you have the two ratios that you need to talk about. And remember, profit margin ratio multiplied with asset turnover ratio equals to return on investment. So there's a connection there. Okay, perfect. So from 2016 to 2018. Yes. This is, of course, there's a good relationship between these, and you need, of course, to put them into connection to the question. Yes. So, question in terms of the index figures that you also talked about. 1.4. Explain why return on equity fell 30.1% in 2016 and 26.7% in 2018. Okay. If you go in here and find the return on the equity, then you can see, if you double click up here, you can see the equation. You can see how it's calculated. So you see 2016 to 2017, a clear fall in equity. And you also see the profit before tax also drops quite dramatically. Yes. The next one. Here you see assets which growth strategy been pursued by students. Here you need to use the growth strategy, buy, and sell. Discuss whether it's an advantage for Struens to continue to reduce climate and environmental impact on its activities. Remember, triple bottom line. Remember, Asbridge CSR model. Info found chapter 20 in System book, if in doubt. The next one, explain which benefit Niklas Tøring can achieve by preparing a business plan proposal. When we talk about business plan, we talk about business model canvas as an example. Here you need to go and look into the business model canvas and the advantages and disadvantages of using a model like this, and then answer it in relation to this. Prepare a liquidity budget for the second half of 2020 and first half. The information will need to be found in Appendix 2 and Excel file. You will find the sheet which to be used for the liquidity budget in Appendix. Again, you have the information here, and you have what you need to put into it. So if we take contribution from Niklas, cash sales, income and payments total. Then we have outgoing payment, startup inventory cash. All of these informations can be found in this sheet, but it's up to you guys to read the information that you did you get, and then use it in order to get it into this one. Assets, how large operating loans Niklas Tøring will need from the bank for Broström to have sufficient liquidity in his first year of operation. Here you need to look at, this is a question you can only answer when you have done this, because you need to see what the liquidity situation is in 2.2 in order to answer this question, because these are quite connected. Because you need to know, okay, how much, I'm not going to say what number it is, but what situation. Okay, the next part is 3.1, which is 5%. And explain whether annual depreciation is a variable cost or capacity cost. Depreciation, here you need to think about your knowledge on fixed costs and variable costs. Same idea as when you talk about marketing. How do you look at depreciation? What is depreciation? Depreciation is something we learned about in terms of if you buy a machine and the value you can that the machine will lose each year. Okay, is that a variable or a fixed cost? Calculate annual depreciation and the value of the furniture in the end of 5 years. So here, acquisition price, scrap value, and service of lifetime value at the beginning of the year. Annual depreciation and value at the end of the year. In your business economic need to know level B, but also in your book, you can find the calculations to how to calculate the depreciation. And here, in terms of the assignment paper, you can also see and read the information needed. This is in the index file, where you can see more information than which will also be needed in order to actually answer this question. In task 3.3, discuss the acquisition of new furnitures will affect Metcon AS earnings over the next 5 years. That question you can answer when you have done this, but it's of course a discussion question. So when you discuss something, I want you to look at pros and cons, because if this didn't happen, then what? If it happened, then what? Okay, in 4.1, explain the balance of DKK in the account. A sale of goods has been calculated. The trial balance can be found in Appendix 4. So here you need to explain the balance of for account. Okay, what does this actually mean? Then you need to look into the sale of goods, the revenue that has come in to this company. And what, as you remember when we talked about bookkeeping, we talked about you give them different account names, and then you can see how much they value. Prepare balance sheet for pure organic as of if it's necessary to prepare notes. Okay, so here you need to go in and take the information you got from here and put them in here. One thing that is important is that if, for example, filters and fittings here, you have accumulated depreciation on filter fittings, tools and equipment. It means you need to subtract it from the filters and fittings that you value that you have here in the debit column. Next, assets which accounting class pure organic ABS belongs to. Accounting class, the information will be found in the book. Remember, it's different from turnover, it's different from number of employees, there's different things to look at. I'm not going to give you the answer, but the book will show you. It's called in Danish regnskabsklasser.